Hi, my love. This is another patient oral health education presentation, very similar to the first one that I did and sent you during your first visit. This is just a recap of everything that I've taught you, everything that I've explained to you, and we're just going to update a couple things since this is your reevaluation. So, before we begin, let's talk about what to expect in the presentation again. We're going to talk about your oral hygiene habits and how they've improved since your first visit to now. We're going to talk about the learning ladder staging, and we're going to see how much you've improved and where you've moved up on the ladder. We're going to recap what plaque biofilm is, what gum disease, and what tooth decay is. And then we're going to recap each slide to make sure we touch base on the main points. So, going over your oral hygiene habits, you mentioned that you brush twice a day with an electrical toothbrush. You do use an Oral B IO, and you do use fluoride toothpaste, and you do brush for 2 minutes per session. You do floss daily. You use Reach, and sometimes you'll use floss picks just to make easier access to the difficult areas. And then also, you started using a water pick again. I know that your old one broke and you just recently purchased a new one. So, that's something that we wanted to note that you added to your oral hygiene habits, and it'll definitely help in the areas where food gets stuck, and it's definitely safer on the gums. So let's go over the learning ladder. When you first came in, you were at self interest because you knew about the problem and you were showing interest in taking actions. Now that you've come in for your reevaluation, I've categorized you as the action phase in the learning ladder. It's defined as the patient acts to resolve the problem and new behaviors are formed. You definitely made a change by um, taking initiative and making sure that you've uh, purchased a new water pick. I know that your old one was broken for a while, and I think after your first couple of visits on the reeval, we took a look at your periodontal charting and found that there could be improvements. One being implementing the use of a water pick, and it's just something that makes it easier and less abrasive on the gingiva when you're cleaning throughout the night. So, to recap what plaque biofilm is, it is a community of microorganisms found on the tooth surface. It is sticky and can cause food particles to become trapped, and it could appear whitish, yellowish, or even the color of the food that we eat. Is it dangerous? Well, remember, too much plaque formation can cause tooth decay and gum disease. So, gum disease. One thing to note is that during your reeval, we established your AAP or your periodontal stage to be periodontist stage 3, grade C. And this is something to keep aware of as we try to maintain your oral health. So, gum disease is an excess plaque and bacteria that causes gum inflammation when it accumulates along the gum line. This inflammation eventually causes the gums to become infected with gum disease. Now, the first stage of gum disease is called gingivitis. Is when your gums are swollen, they tend to bleed. Plaque is difficult to remove, and gums are tender but have little pain. And this is considered the early stage, and it is reversible. Now, remember periodontitis, which is what you have been categorized to have. It is considered the disease state. Again, it's very similar to gingivitis that you have swollen gums, your gums will bleed. Plaque is again difficult to remove. The color is a lot darker in red, and there are deeper pockets and bone loss. So this is why you want to make sure that you have a routine. You have your routine cleanings with the dentist, just so we can help manage your oral health. To recap, tooth decay. Tooth decay occurs when the natural sugars in drinks and food we consume are changed into acid by the bacteria that are already present in our mouths. This acid dissolves the outer part of our teeth, causing them to decay. Diet plays a huge role in causing tooth decay. If you eat a lot of sugary or starchy foods that are high in carbohydrates, they tend to cling to your teeth. Now, again, like I mentioned, to prevent it, you want to eat a healthy diet. You want to avoid and lessen sugary drinks, drink plenty of water, brush your teeth twice a day, use fluoride toothpaste, and floss daily. And remember to always reschedule routine cleanings with your dental professional. Now, to recap everything that we've learned, plaque biofilm is a group of bacteria that can form quickly in the mouth. It can be white, yellow, or even the color of the food that we eat. Again, inflammation of the gums is a sign of gum disease. It can start as gingivitis and potentially become periodontitis if not treated. Lastly, tooth decay can occur even with the food we eat. Creating a great oral hygiene habit helps prevent this from occurring. Thank you for being my patient and thank you for always listening to my presentations. I'm always here for anything and help guide you throughout your oral hygiene journey.